My name is Vivian Rich. I guide ambitious women to live richer with ease by discovering the freedom to be, family to love, and finances to enjoy and share. I also happen to be a proclaimed outstanding leader by a Florida senator. Now let's get into it.
It's a great day to be rich. Say it with me. It's a great day to be rich. Realize I am consciousness happening. Got a quick question for you, rich friend. Do you believe all your needs are already met? Do you? Do you believe your needs are already met before you know or before you even ask? Do you believe that? Sit with that for a moment. Do you believe that all your needs are already met before you ask? Well, it took me a while to get here to this place to believing that truth, because that is a truth. That is a truth. They're all met before we get here. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to share something with you, okay? When was the last time you saw someone arrive on the planet, a newborn baby bringing their own water, their piece of land, their food? When do you remember that happening? That a child arrived newborn with all of their essentials that are needed. So that tells me that all of our needs were already met before we arrived here. And hence the theory and the law that I like to call supply precedes demand. And today we're going to talk a little bit more about this. We're going to bring it into our current experiences. And I will share with you a little bit more detail about some things that I've experienced to help me come into this awareness. And if we haven't met as of yet, I'm Vivian Rich, your host here at Live Richer with Ease, where we inspire ambitious women and single mothers to entrepreneurs to live richer with ease with the tools to upgrade their identity, to structure profitable businesses, and to scale them with ease, of course. So supply does precede demand. And I know our talk is titled, I attract my ideal clients. Hold on, we're going to get it all wrapped up together because it all comes together and it fits cohesively. So nonetheless, I was thinking about this here, as I shared with you at the beginning, how many newborns have you seen come into this planet with their own water, their oxygen, their piece of land, and their own food? You didn't. So that means supply did precede the demand. Well, for me to come into this awareness, I personally had purchased a one-way ticket to Hawaii. And with 2 carry-on bags with the intent to be there only for 2 weeks. But 2 weeks turned into a wonderful couple of years, okay? But while I was there in Hawaii, I kept hearing people, when I talk with people here on the mainland, they would say, it's expensive. How do you live? How are you going to live? How are you going to make it there? Oh, it's so expensive. It's so expensive, right? They just kept saying it's so expensive. It's so expensive to live in Hawaii. Well, guess what? I made a decision and I decided once I got there and I knew that, oh my gosh, this felt like home. It resonated. It just felt like peace. It felt like the thing that I was supposed to experience. You know that feeling, right, rich friend? You know it, that thing that you're supposed to experience. Anyway, I made a decision and I'm going to share with you 4 things here that brought this into 4 awarenesses that came, okay? So the first thing was I realized, which is Rich. I'm going to give it to you, my acronym of my last name, Rich. Realize, I realized I like it here. This place feels like home. It resonates. This is where I want to be, right? This is me. We go together. And so I also realized that there was over a million people there that had figured it out, how to live in Hawaii. And I said, if they can figure it out, why, quite surely I can. Okay. I can do it just a little bit. And so I did. I figured it out. And as I continued to stay there in Hawaii and experience Hawaii, all the beauty and all the newness of the mountains and all the things that just really resonate this Hawaii, I also had an experience of things that were not Hawaii. And the things that did not or did not feel like Hawaii helped me to remember and to realize and resonate more with I am. Who am I? I am. To tap into that I am, okay? To tap into it and knowing that I am consciousness happening. Okay, that's the I and the C. And so I realized I can live better than this. And if I'm living in Hawaii in the mountains, I really want to know that I'm living in Hawaii. That means I want to hear the waves crashing every morning. Shh, shh, shh. I want to know that I'm in Hawaii. I want to see the ocean with ease. Okay. So over the course of time, within a short period of time, actually, now hindsight looking back, within 8 months, give or take, I would start doing some things in my I amness, and I became conscious of, okay, well, if I'm going to live here, I want to make sure I live near the ocean. I do want to have a house. I want these things to be in this house. I want this here to be a part of the experience, right? I started getting conscious of what I wanted, and my consciousness started getting more clear as I walked every day in the place where I didn't want to be. Did you hear that? My consciousness became more clear as I walked every day in the place I did not want to be. Oh my gosh, if you caught that, you caught something really good. That means I was going through some things that I didn't want to experience at that time, but nonetheless, I continued to know that I am, and I continued to walk in the environments where I did not want to be. I was walking in the mountains every day, okay? And so nonetheless, during my walks, I started to meet neighbors. And one of the neighbors was so kind and so generous to me in many ways that I had never experienced that type of generosity before. And she said, I have a place that's about 45 minutes to an hour away from here. And if you want your own place, I want you to go check it out and tell me if it's your thing, if it fits for you. And if you like it, it's yours. I'm like, okay. Now, this time, I didn't have a car. Okay. I didn't have a car. And this is me in my mid 40s. So this is not a 20-year-old experience. Okay. This is in my late 40s. I won't even say mids anymore. That was more like towards my late 40s with a 10-year-old son still. Okay. So nonetheless, I take her up on her offer. And she says, use my truck and you can go and check it out. And I did. And it was 45 minutes, a little bit more than that away. But 30 of those minutes was coastal driving, just viewing the coast coming in. Okay. So because I realized what I wanted to stay in Hawaii, I became conscious of who I am and my capabilities. If a million people made it here, I can do it as well. And then as I continued to walk, I realized more and more clarity in my consciousness of what I wanted to experience, the type of home I wanted to experience, even though I was in the places that I didn't want to be at that time. Do you understand that? And so things started happening. The neighbor saw me. We had a good connection and things went well. And I eventually moved into the house on the coast. There was no legal documents. There was not, as far as legal, we got to some little minimal legal documents. But as far as the huge down payments and all the things that everyone tells you that goes into making and getting a house, I didn't experience all of that. And why I'm sharing this here with you is because the supply preceded the demand. My need for housing was met before I got the house. It was already there. And I would be remiss if I don't tell you these details here. When I got to the property, it was a gated property, 10,000 square foot lot, give or take a little bit more. And I unlocked the gate and I went to the home, pulled in, and I went to the home. And as I went into the home, I realized it was a little up, how new to me in Florida. The bedrooms were downstairs, but the upstairs was the living quarters, like living room and kitchen. Well, when I walked in, the colors of the walls resonated with me because, I owned a preschool, so I'm okay with bright colors. All right. So that was really cool for me. And so the bright colors were there. And not only was this place a home, it had the bedrooms were fully furnished with linen and bedding. All of that was there. Towels, all of that was there. Shower gel, all of that was there. All the things. And then I went upstairs, and guess what was up there? A fully furnished living room, fully stocked kitchen, pictures, windows, huge, overlooking the ocean. That's right. My front yard was the ocean. I was able to see the ocean. And in the back, I had this beautiful mountain view. So I had the best of both worlds. I got even things I did not expect in there, in a sense. I put in my request for knowing that I live in Hawaii. Okay. I put that request in the box. However, I did not put the piece in about the mountains, particularly to see the mountains after having lived in the mountains for a period of time. But nonetheless, it even got sweeter, rich friends. It got better because it had a spiral stairwell that went up to the roof of this home. And I had a panoramic view of the Pacific Ocean as well as the mountains. Okay. I could not have imagined that in my own limitlessness as a human. I couldn't have written that script on my own. However, the desires in my heart were ready to meet and come into the reality of my experience. And because I was clear and I did the things that I didn't want to do necessarily in the place I didn't want to be, it resulted in me being there. And so what it was, I went through becoming rich. That's why I say I discovered the true meaning of my last name. I realized I am consciousness happening while there in Hawaii. Now, how does this relate to me having my own, attracting my ideal clients with ease? How does this relate for you to attract your ideal clients with ease? Well, let's fast forward the story a little bit. I was actually inside of, I decided while I was in Hawaii, okay, I got the house and these things here. I was engrossed with learning about social media and how people made money on social media. At that time, I had no clue. And so I was so engrossed. I was taking classes, and regardless of the 6-hour time difference, I was up. When someone said they offered a complimentary class online on Instagram at that time, that's where I took all my learning. I was up. I would get up at 3 in the morning. I would get up at 4, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and listen and take notes and all of these things, right? And I did what they told me to do. Oh, I did. Oh, trust me. I was a good student. And I received some of the benefits and the rewards that they shared with me. And I can't say they were wrong. I had to do the work within me, because remember what I shared with you as we started out, that every need is met before we ask. It was already met before I asked. However, I needed to go through the process as I did when I was in Hawaii. I had to walk in the mountains for a period of time. And while in the mountains, my consciousness became clear of what I wanted to experience. And the people and the cooperative components showed up. No different than with your business, rich friend, when you are attracting your ideal clients, and no different for myself. Because when I stayed in the creating and learning how to do the things to have a successful business here on social media, what ended up happening is I learned new skill sets that I currently teach. And I'm amazed with it, because if I did not stay with that and learn from the gurus, even though it did not give me the results that I thought I wanted at that time, being able to teach here online and to, make millions from my home like everybody else. You see it all the time. I want to be able to teach from my home, the comfort of my home, and make millions. Now, I had to go back into the rich process. What did I realize? I want to make millions from my home, the comfort of my home. I've done it before. I can do it again from the comfort of my home. And I needed to know how to do this in this new way. So what I did was I realized I am able to do this. And I became conscious and more clear about how I want to do this and what resonates with my soul and with my being. And that's what matters most, rich friend. When we do the thing that feels right and that resonates with our soul and with our being, it's going to be like just following the path as it lights up. It's going to feel like that in hindsight. Now, sometimes when you're going through it, I am not going to lie to you, it's going to feel like hell. Why it feels like that, and I'm going to share with you why it feels that way. Okay? It feels that way because we start to look at all the things that's not going right. And we give that so much of our attention, because I went through that, especially when I was in Hawaii. I would be remiss if I told you it just happened 1, 2, 3. There were some seasons and some time in there that I just really, truly, I just detested being around certain experiences that I was in. But I love being in Hawaii. That love and desire for being in Hawaii overrode that uncomfortableness. And sometimes we're going to have those uncomfortable things, but we get the opportunity to choose over and over again. What is the truth? What is the truth? The truth says that my supply precedes my demand. The truth says that my needs are met before I ask. That's the truth. The truth says that I attract my ideal clients with grace and ease. The truth, that's the truth you get to hold on to, rich friend. And then holding on to that truth, whatever it is, be it you want a new house, you want a new car, you want circumstances, better relationships in your home, you get to choose what is your truth and hold on to your truth. And as you holding on to your truth of what it is, the consciousness that has come to you, the awareness of that truth has come to you, and you holding on to that, and you're walking through it, it has to give you and yield to you what you want to experience. Things start happening. It has to start happening in your favor. As long as you are clear on where you're going and what it is you want. So in this case here, with regards to attracting ideal clients with grace and with ease for me, that's why you're here. And many of you are in my community and we're having these conversations. It's because I had to choose to continue to believe the truth that my supply precedes my demand, that my ideal client is attracted to me with grace and ease, and show up even when they were not. I hear that? Show up even when they were not. I chose to realize I want to do this. This is how I would like to have money flow through me. And this is how I would like my income and my revenue to come through me, by showing up online and sharing the good that I know and helping and supporting ambitious women and single mother entrepreneurs on their journey to living richer with ease, by providing tools to upgrade their identity, structured, profitable businesses, and to scale them with ease. And so by doing that, guess what has happened? And realizing that I'm actually able to show up here and share the good that I know and walk in the I amness and be comfortable with it. Because there was a season I wasn't comfortable with sharing with you the spiritual things that I do know. And that was all because of my limitlessness of where I was. It was just, previous beliefs. But nonetheless, I am here sharing this. And by doing this, I know with all of my being is that my consciousness is becoming clear. And so from the day that I actually started down this journey, I have went from tech to actually teaching spiritual awareness, which are two things that really, really, really intrigue me. And I'm fascinated with both. And so I share both comfortably. And that's where we get to learn how to keep the duality. It doesn't mean or. You can have this and. It's not either or. Okay, many of you might have grown up like I did, pick this, pick one side, pick one, pick one protein, one side, one this and that. No. In this world that we live in, with the knowingness of all that who we are and all that's within us, we have unlimited possibilities. Everything's available. As much as you want. Choose it. Choose it. Choose to have it all. Don't limit yourself, rich friend. If I could share that if there's a person on the other side of the half-century mark with you, do not limit yourself. Keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. Keep aiming. Keep going for it. Keep feeling for it. Keep feeling for it. And as you keep feeling for it, it becomes more and more clear. That's the consciousness. That's number 3. That is the consciousness. You become more aware. You become more aware of things and you get so clear about it and you can feel it. You can taste it, even though your natural eyes can't see it and no one else can see it. But you know, like you know that your supply precedes your demand. And things start happening. Number 4, happening. Things start happening. People come into your experience. Opportunities come find you. You heard me? Opportunities will come find you. You're doing the thing. You're showing up. You're doing the thing that you were told or you felt in your heart was for you to do. And the opportunities will come and find you. Now, I'm not telling you, you heard what I said. You're doing the things. You're taking action. You're moving in the good that you know. You're moving in the thing that you've been most conscious of. And that consciousness is going to give you the clarity. And in the clarity, things will start happening and the people will start to come. So we realize, number 1, what it is we want to be, do, and have. Number 2, we connect and remember the I am, that power that's within us, and we let it rise up and guide us. And number 3, we become more conscious and clarifying that consciousness, aware of what it is we want to experience, whatever we want to be, do, and have. And we stay in that and we walk through that, and then things will soon start to happen. That's rich. Things will start to happen. That's rich. That's your birthright, rich friend. And I really want you to experience that because that's the only way to live. That's the only way. When you realize I am rich, realize I am consciousness happening, the world is yours. It is yours. It is yours to be had. You are answered before you ask. Your supply precedes your demand. The answer is already here. So what I ask of you at this time, rich friend, if anything I've shared has resonated with you, anything, then I want you to just click the description of this video. I've left a couple of links below for you to start your journey to living richer with ease. I appreciate you for being here and investing in yourself. And you could find out more about how we live richer with ease in this community by clicking below and discover more about the Rich Society. If you like to go and stay with us, and we work together hand in hand and in tandem every month, and we learn different spiritual laws, and we are allowing ourselves to experience the life that we know is possible for us, then that's where you want to be. The Rich Society is definitely somewhere for you. There's space there for you. And if you decide you want to learn more about all that is happening within the Richer with Ease community, and you want to go deeper and you want to have mentorship, one-on-one mentorship opportunities or small group mentorship opportunities, then you really want to look at the Rich Legacy. And that is going to help you with your business development as well as with your personal development, but also helping you to scale with tools and tech. Okay, so all of that you get inside of the Rich Society. And then if you say, hey, Vivian, I want to just chill out and have a good time. I want to go back to Hawaii. I want to see these wonderful things and experiences that you shared about and how you came to this, your Rich signature and teaching this methodology. Well, guess what? You have an opportunity to attend the Rich Hawaii retreat. And it's an experience. I won't even call it a retreat. It's an experience. It's a whole thing. It's going to change your entire life. And so you can find out more about all of those wonderful experiences and opportunities to living richer with ease down in the descriptions below. Until next time, it is a great day to be rich.